Hey guys, this is Jared Collings. I'm with TGA, and I'm sitting here with Brenton from Kiddie Totes.
Kiddie Totes, yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Brenton Clive, to be exact. He's kind enough to sit down with us for a minute. We're at the show, the TGA show here in Las Vegas, 2024. I'm a dad. I have 5 girls, and one of the things that definitely stuck out in the magazine was their product. And so I thought, man, I want to interview Kiddie Totes. And so anyway, tell us about your product. So, because they don't know and they're listening, they may be watching, I don't know. So
Yeah, so, I'm also a dad.
Okay.
So, I have 4 kids, 7, 5, 3, and 1. My partner, he's not here today. He actually lives part-time in Taiwan, half the year, half the time in Utah. His wife's
really?
Taiwanese, yeah. And he has 4 kids as well. His 2 youngest now are kind of the age range for our products. And so he's traveled a ton every year back and forth. And so that really necessitated, or it was the inception point for our brand, I guess you could say, is he's like, man, traveling with kids is terrible.
Yeah.
You're carrying their stuff, they're whining. And so, we started looking for a way to make that better. And so, while we have traditional luggage, what makes Kiddie Totes unique is our scooter luggage.
Okay.
So it's a convertible scooter. It fits in an overhead bin, but it allows kids to ride through the airport, to carry their own stuff. They're happier, they complain less. And so that's kind of where our brand came from.
That's so cool, because see, the thing is with us is we end up usually carrying it, and we got 2 handfuls of
Oh, I know.
And then sometimes we even have the thing, we think we're gonna use it, but the car seat too. So I don't know if you have anything coming up for the car seat.
No, nothing for the car seat right now. We're currently trying to work on something for older kids, right? Our products are really geared towards younger kids up to maybe 10 years old.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I've totally been there. It's like you're at the airport, your kids aren't going to make it. Maybe you're late for your flight, or whatever the case may be. And I've been in that situation where I'm the pack mule. My wife's holding the baby, and I'm taking the stroller, and I'm literally loading all of everyone's gear on there. It's 100+ pounds, and I'm pushing this thing through the airport, trying to get to the gate, and my kids are complaining, and I'm carrying everything,
Yeah.
So yeah, the scooter luggage just makes it a lot easier.
So how did you, what's the owner's name? Is that okay if I ask?
His name is Gabe.
Gabe. Now,
Yeah.
how do you know Gabe? And how did you guys make the connection? And you guys developed this together? He's like, I have this idea.
Yeah, we did. He had the idea, and he kind of he had the idea for the product, and from there we worked on the brand together and kind of built it into what it is today.
Oh, wow.
But he's much more on the product development side and sourcing. He's over there in Taiwan, and he works directly with the factories, and we're currently in development of version 2.0 for the product. That's going to have a lot of major improvements. So that's really his strong suit, and my strong suit's more on the marketing side and the branding and working with our design team and getting the product and name out there.
Okay. So how did you guys come together? Did you know each other from school or
funny enough,
what? Yeah.
Funny enough, Gabe's probably 15 years older than me. And when I was in college, I had a window washing business, and I would wash his windows.
Really?
For a few summers, I washed his windows.
On his home or
on his home? On his home in Washington State.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we knew each other from that, and we were connected on LinkedIn, and he was living in Taiwan. Like I said, he lives over there part time. He was living in Taiwan at the time when he was looking to kind of grow his business.
Really?
Because we've done other things together. I started working for him in 2016, or working with him in 2016 before, and we launched this brand December 2019, right before COVID. So it's been kind of a wild ride with this brand. Yeah.
Okay. So has this taken off though yet? Is it, or
yeah,
are we
we've
still in the beginning
seen
stages?
Yeah, we've seen really strong growth over the last few years.
Okay.
And this is our first foray into really pushing it to try to get it in brick and mortar.
Okay.
At this point, we're strictly online, but we've been working with some major retailers online over the past year and kind of getting onboarded there.
Okay, cool. So like, where do you typically travel? Like, just like domestically, internationally, and how have you used this with your kids? I got to try it.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It's rated for 110 pounds. I weigh twice as much, so it's sturdy enough, right?
Oh, I know. I've been riding it around the show. Like I said, you know,
But it's not
technically
designed.
speaking,
Yeah.
I can't in the
Yes.
marketing, I can't say you know
Yes.
adults can use it, but I ride them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a metal hinge and metal deck. I mean, we've tried to make it sturdy. We're very focused on safety for it, so it's not a flimsy
And there
product.
is plenty of room inside. Like,
Yeah,
like-
I mean, we've basically took the carry-on size requirements and we maxed it out.
Okay.
So we tried to make it as big as it possibly can be. And for kids with smaller clothes and shoes and things, I mean, you could easily pack for a week plus.
and maybe even shove 2 kids stuff in there. just
Yeah, I mean,
depending
we've
on
had.
how long you're going.
I
Right?
mean,
So-
we've had staff. Our videographer was going on a trip, and he's like, "Hey, I want to take some shots of this." They went to Europe, and he's like, "I used it for me."
Oh,
For the
really?
trip. Yeah, he took it. I mean, he has a daughter, so she had one too. So he took 2, and he packed. He's like, "I packed for like a 10-day trip with it."
Were they buzzing around together, like side
Yeah.
by side? Like,
Yeah.
oh man, do they have cool shots of that too? Just like riding.
I don't think he got any shots of him
okay.
riding it because it's
Like selfie shots set up
he
the
was
tripod?
riding like a scooter designed for
Okay.
like a 5-year-old girl, but yeah,
Okay,
no,
okay.
he
It's got the
definitely used it.
unicorn on it. Like,
Yeah.
it's classic. Like, how many pictures do you have? Like, I see the unicorn and like the car. Is it? Two
We have
designs right now?
8 different designs.
Oh, there's 8
Yeah,
different
so there's
designs.
the
Okay.
unicorn and the car are 2 best sellers.
Okay.
But I mean, we have Space Boy, Llama, Panda, like a superhero robot, a fairy or monster.
Okay.
We got a bunch of different designs, and we're working on new designs all the time. We have a lot of
Nice.
designs kind of waiting in the wings. But yeah, no, I mean, so personal experiences. I mean, the great thing about this product is not just getting to the airports, right? Last year, I was on a trip with my kids, and when you're vacationing, you do a lot of walking, you're sightseeing.
Yes.
And you know, in cities, it may not be the most appropriate because you know safety for your kids, but
Yeah.
you know, we do a lot of vacationing in maybe more rural parts, see national parks, things like that. So even
Yeah.
for road trips, it's great. We were at this reservoir, and we were walking this paved path around it, and we just when we were leaving the hotel, we just took all the kids' gear out of it.
Okay.
Then they can put their water in there, maybe a jacket, some snacks. And they were using it as like a scooter that they
day
would
pack.
use. Yeah, exactly. So like, while they would take a scooter at home on a vacation, you're not going to typically have that. But if you have a Kiddie Totes scooter luggage, it can work as like a scooter for your vacation. And then we were able to go miles more than we would have gone otherwise because my 3-year-old
Yeah.
would not go more than half a mile.
That's nice because usually those younger kids, they end up on my shoulders,
Exactly.
and my back, and then I'm like dead tired.
Exactly. So we're
Like-
walking, the kids are all scootering ahead of us, they're having fun,
And they don't even realize they're getting dragged through all this.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
By
it
their
just makes it
parents,
just
like,
makes it better
right?
for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because at first I was thinking, oh, is it detachable so you can use it as a backpack? But like you say, no.
No, it's not. It's not detachable, but we've done that for safety reasons.
Oh, okay.
By making it not detachable, it allows the luggage portion to sit further back on the scooter,
Okay.
and that gives you better balance. It doesn't make the balance as forward heavy because when it's loaded down with gear, tipping forward over becomes a concern,
Okay.
right? So we had to take that into consideration.
Okay. What was my other thought? I was thinking about you. Like what? Oh, that's too bad. I lost my thought. What do
No
you?
worries.
What else do you have to say about this? And then maybe I can catch my thought.
I mean, so I was talking about how safety's a priority for us.
Yeah.
We've really thought about that. Speaking of it tipping over, we have a bumper on the front. You found that out earlier as you were riding it.
Yes.
But
Is that mainly for parking it? Like
that's mainly for parking. Yeah, because
of the
when it's
weight?
loaded down, that way it doesn't tip over and fall forward. It
Yeah.
just rests on that. So it rests on the wheels and the bumper.
Just like a regular carry-on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we have a locking mechanism on the hinge for the scooter deck.
Okay.
So that when you're riding it, it's not going to fold on you.
Oh,
and we've
that's
also been cognizant of the folding mechanism. You have to lift up on the handle, lift up on the lever to fold it instead of pushing down because you don't want your toes pushing down the lever to fold it.
Okay.
And then there's also a safety pin on the handlebar because there's a button to lift the handlebar, but we didn't want kids pressing that button to then push it back down.
Yeah.
So there's a safety pin that, I mean, my 7-year-old or, my older kids can do it, but a kid wouldn't be able to accidentally push the handlebar down while they're riding and then go over the handlebar. So there's safety mechanisms in place on the scooter deck, on the handlebars, and on the front of the scooter, so that as they're riding it, as they're stopping it, they're less likely to, fall.
Is there different height adjustments? Because I don't remember
there's not
it being
at
too
this,
low.
There's not at this moment. I mean, you can ride the thing with the handles down. So my 3-year-old rides it with it down.
Okay.
And my older kids ride with it up. Like I said, we just launched this product. We've got a lot of great feedback from our customers.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of things in works for 2.0, a lot of things that, related to a multi-height handle, changes to a lot of different things.
Have you ever been stopped by airport people, hey, you can't ride that, because one time I had these Heelys, and I was at an event, so it was like a jazz game in Utah, so they're like, you can't ride those. I'm like, well, where else am I gonna ride these? You know what I mean? I'm just wondering if that's something that
I've never had an issue.
Yeah.
And we've had that feedback from buyers. As we're talking to different buyers at major retailers, they're like, well, is this allowed at airports and stuff? And it's not motorized.
Yeah.
Because that's becomes an issue for
that
airlines.
Could be a gray area or something.
Airlines don't allow big batteries, right? And it's obviously not going to be a checked bag because the whole point of it is to have it when you're going to the airport.
Yeah.
So it's not motorized on purpose. We also didn't like the idea of 4 or 5-year-olds riding a motorized scooter around the airport for safety reasons. And we actually took the time and reached out to the 50 largest airports in the United States and asked them, hey, do you guys allow products like this? And their response was basically hey, if the airlines don't have an issue with you taking it on board, we don't have a problem with it.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, and I mean, not to say that you may not run into a person that's having a bad day at the airport and then they're taking it out on you, but no, you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to take it everywhere. The only place that we've received feedback that it is not allowed, and it's not that they won't let you take it on board, is cruise ships. They'll just give you a separate bag to hold your stuff, and then they'll hold it during the duration of the cruise. So you can still take it on your cruise vacation.
They actually give you a separate bag?
Yeah, that's what we've heard from feedback. I've not taken on a cruise because took my family on a cruise, and I specifically didn't take them because I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's a safety issue. They don't want kids taking them, riding them around on the upper deck with the railing and things like that. But that's the only place so far that we've heard that they're like, this is kind of a no-go. But again, they'll take it. They'll let you on board.
Yeah.
They're just not gonna let you keep it during the duration of the cruise. But airlines and other vacation, we've never heard any negative feedback.
All right, cool. So that's awesome. So what plans do you have? I don't know. Where's your next family trip?
My next family, we are going on a major road trip this summer. We're gonna be gone for 6 weeks. And so you can guarantee we'll have these because again, we're gonna be hitting a lot of outdoor spots. I'm in Arkansas. We're gonna be driving all the way to California and back east. Not back east past Arkansas, but back east towards Arkansas afterwards, doing a big loop. And so as we're going through national parks and stuff, there's a lot of paved paths.
That's
and so
cool.
we'll definitely be taking them on that.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to add to this conversation?
No, I guess I could say you could find us at Target.com, Amazon.com, Walmart.com, all the various retailers. And here we're at the Travel Goods Show. Obviously our goal is to get into more retailers.
Yes.
So we're working on that. Or you can go to our website, KiddieTotes.com. But and shameless plug, but that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, and then how much would one of these run retail?
Great question. So our scooter luggage is $129.99.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, and actually one more thing I will say about the product is, again, shameless plugs here.
Yeah.
But the thing that I love about this product almost more than anything is, when you have a lot of kids, I have 4 kids. You said you have 5 kids, right?
Yeah.
And it's it costs a lot of money to travel, and so you don't travel that much with your kids,
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice a year, and
Yeah.
so I know it can be hard to justify spending money on a luggage specifically for a kid.
Yeah.
But with these, there's utility for them outside of travel. You can, my kids walk to school because we live too close to the school. You could use it as your school backpack. Put your school stuff in there, ride to school, because kids will ride bikes and scooters to school.
Okay.
When we go on the trails in our house or go to the park, like I said, you can hold jackets or water stuff. So it has utility beyond just travel, because it's just a scooter at that point.
It really is.
It's a scooter with a big compartment on the front to hold all your stuff.
Yeah.
And my kids love to collect rocks and stuff, and I don't want to carry those. And so your kids can take all that stuff with them.
I love that.
You know, I have 3 boys for context.
I hate the rocks.
Three boys. I have a 7, 5, and 3-year-old boy, so they love rocks. And there's a lot of fossils in the rocks in Arkansas, so they love to collect them. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of utility beyond just travel, and so it's a product that instead of buying a scooter for your kid and then buying a luggage set for your kid, you might as well just buy a scooter luggage for your kid. It's 2-in-1.
Dude, it's backpack too. Oh,
that's right. It's an awesome, multifaceted product.
Okay. Well, Brent and Clive with Kiddie Totes, thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your help in this invention.
Yeah.
So awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Have a good one.